everybody. This is another episode of When Discussion Strikes. First and foremost, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a great support. All 20 of my fans out there, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching and subscribing to Ultimate Class TV. This has been a journey, but by the end of the year, I need 100,000 fans and 500,000 subscribers. So please tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm your host, Titus Peoples. If you've been following me on this journey, you may recognize this young man on the side of me, Many moons ago when I first started the Discussion Strikes brand, when I was a lot heavier, like before I glowed up and got sexy on everybody, I had a co-host.
Yes, indeed.
LongMa is here.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, he's still alive,
Good to see you as always.
In spite of the TMZs and stuff like that, saying LongMa is no longer with us, LongMa is definitely still here.
Yes.
TMZ, why would you say that? That's not true. LongMa is definitely still here.
They're just fishing.
Yo, OD.
News,
So LongMa, how has it been since I fired you from When Discussion Strikes?
It's been a slow incline. I've been making progress here and there, slowly, but it's coming,
Nice. So what's new with you, bro? How is everything?
So far so good. I'm just doing a lot of writing, running around to open mics. I have photography at an art gallery in Poughkeepsie right now.
Yes. So you have grown up since me giving you your 2 weeks, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sorry, bro.
I got the pink
the
slip.
fans were like, bro, you can carry this show on your own, so.
I get it. I don't have that personality, so I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
And I respect that. Anybody else would have flipped the table over on me, pulled the Joe Clark on me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I respect that. Yo, so we just gonna talk about a couple things. Yo, let's talk about the poetry, man. I see you've been doing a lot of open mics, getting your name out there. So talk to me about that poetry journey. What inspired you to do that?
I've been writing poetry since February 12th of 2008.
Okay.
At first it was just therapy. It made me feel better. And then I actually genuinely wanted to write and be better as a writer. And I just kept doing it, learned different styles, and I learned about different subject matters.
Okay.
And I just felt all right, this is going to be something that keeps me out of trouble. And hopefully there'll be someone out there that is you know what? I like this guy's work. I want him to come along and entertain us for whatever reasons,
Nice. Yo, so that's cool. So, why the name LongMa? Explain the LongMa.
All right, LongMa translates to dragon horse in Chinese. It symbolizes someone who's well known for being good at something. And as you know, I do a bunch of different things.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to be that mascot of something, whether it be the poetry or the script writing or whatever,
Okay, no problem. So that's where that comes from. So explain that creative writing process of a poem. You know what I mean? Everybody thinks a poem is just cat in the hat kind of stuff. So break that down. Cause I too write, but this isn't about me. This is about you.
Yeah. Well, I always try to think about what do I want to talk about, and how can I learn whatever complicated thing and make it relatable to any crowd.
Oh, okay.
And I think of various metaphors and I jot them down and keep them stored away for whenever I need them. I have whatever feelings I'm going through and I keep writing it until it works.
Yeah.
And it just comes out. Sometimes I just did that song actually. I wrote this song called Wabi Sabi, which means embracing the beauty of the imperfections of things and people. I wrote that because this woman that I'm talking to wanted me to write it for her, and at the time I barely knew her. So
that's the cop shorty.
No, it's not the cop. The cop drop kicked me, so I'm just all right, I'm on to the next.
Okay.
I wish it was the cop, but it's no big deal.
Yes. He deals with the police, not me. He deals with the police, not me.
I'm not narking.
So when I get back to the hood, I don't want no weird faces, no screwed up faces at me. He deals with the cop shorties, not me. But hey, it's all good. So like you're in a band too, right? Like aren't you like in a band? Like
I was in 2014 and 2015.
So explain that band journey, man.
It was literally like my side gig outside of school at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a cover band. I did a lot of blues music, but I was the least experienced one of the entire bunch. And I needed some more time to really find myself. And ultimately, I really wanted to write my own songs. I didn't want to keep singing other people's songs.
We're out here performing Hall and Oates.
Word.
She's a man eater. Like, well, yeah, like you when you're man eater, like pause. So yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy on a pause right there.
Yeah.
Because my son definitely likes shorties. He was not a man eater. But yeah. So I know you don't like talking about it. But like we're just going to jump right into it.
All right, I figured.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Pause. Like, you have some very historical grandparents. You come from a historical timeline, like and I just want you to briefly and vaguely like just talk about your grandparents and what their contribution to black entertainment was, cause like. We're not going to downplay them, like, because, like, they definitely did open up a lot of doors for a lot of black actors and black actresses. So, talk about your historical grandparents.
All right.
First off, who are your grandparents?
My grandfather is Ozzie Davis, and his wife was Ruby Dee. They were civil rights activists, actors, poets, all the good up-and-coming things of the 50s and 60s. They had to deal with being blacklisted as communists.
Wow, that sucks.
And because of that, they didn't have Hollywood to like help them along. They had to do like stage plays and things of that nature until like the late 80s when Spike Lee said, "Hey, I remember those guys. Come along, you can be my token old people."
Yeah.
Shout out to Spike though. But yeah, they've always been like a good source of creativity, just to show that you don't have to necessarily play these certain roles that Hollywood sees you as.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I also want to like give this young man a shout out, a good friend of mine. Like, in spite of who his grandparents is, he's forging his own lane. Like, he's doing his own thing. Like, because it's so easy to get caught up in the whole, well, my mom and dad is this, my grandparents was that. Like, what I mean? He's trying his hardest to stray away from that. Like, and I've always showed you mad love and respect for that, because, like, it's so easy to get caught up in that. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you wanted to, and like, you probably still can, get Spike on the phone and get whatever project you want out there. Like, so. But I respect you taking the time, the patience, and like just taking your own journey. And that's important. Like, your own journey is important as an artist, people. Like,
true.
And I always commend you on that.
I appreciate that, man.
Word. So, your grandparents did a lot of great movies, but my favorite.
Yeah.
Jungle Fever.
That's mine too, honestly.
Yo, when your granddad shot Samuel L. Jackson, oh, Dad, I got a dance for you. Bow, like that is like probably one of the most funniest things I've ever seen. No, it's not funny, cause like he came in there on some bullshit. He came in there to steal, to go through the whole house, start confusion.
Yeah.
But it's just the way your granddad shot him is just like hilarious.
Yes. And the way Sammy reacted, like,
Yo, like that scene is historical, man. Like, so. Well, I would assume that you spent a lot of time with your grandparents before them,
Yeah.
So, what have they taught you about this industry that you're carrying on now, like, and that you'll pass on to your children? Like, what words of advice have they shared with you about being a black entertainer in this industry?
It's really just about intergenerational wealth, where the people that you're closest to, like your family, you make sure that they are fed off well in whatever department, and they keep the finances cycling amongst the family. and it keeps you going. And just always be wary of people around you, because
Absolutely.
there are a lot of people out there that get caught up in the celebrity as opposed to like the contributions and the craft, and you just have to always just keep an eye out for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, and it's so funny that that your grandparents are who they are, because if you recall when I introduced you to my grandmother, she said, "You look very familiar." Like, you know, and it's such a small world that my grandmother too was also an activist and stuff like that, and like his grandmother, my grandmother, and their grandparents just crossed paths. So it was just like one of those things. It was just like a small world.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that she knew who he was just by his face, because I guess you look like your granddad or something like that. I don't know, like, but that was just weird as hell. Like, that's probably one of the most weirdest things that my grandmother has done. She just looked at him and said, and honestly knew who his grandfather was before he even said anything. I was just like, huh? That's old people for you, man. Like, that's that old ancientness that's in them.
So that you could just feel it.
Word, yeah, like they just felt the energy, like, oh, his granddaddy Ozzy, his mama Ruby Day, grandma Ruby Day. And I'm like, yo, how you do that? Like, I wish I can't wait till I get old and turn into like, I just turn into like a old X-Men.
The old head on the block.
Word, just like a old X-Men. I could just look at you like, oh, I know your grandmama. Oh, yeah. She used to be in the staircase, but we gonna keep that on low.
You wrong for that.
Hey, bro, it happens. It happens. It happens. But yeah, man, so any future projects? Oh, can we talk about this very long project that you're working on, or is that just like contractual things that you just can't talk about?
We can't name any names. I can say the big name, but I am not going to say the little names that we know.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to talk about that, you can, and if you don't want to, that's completely fine.
I'll talk about it. So, there's a Stephen King project that I've been around doing PA work for. That I did
screenwriting consulting on too.
Yes, make sure he gets his credit. Since 2017, or if not 2018, but I think it was 17 in November, and a lot of insane things have taken place, and a lot of people have been getting recasted and pushed around. A lot of rewrites have been made, and it's due to some very bad business. And I can't say anything because it's not my project, but I've just watched a lot of things that I know I definitely not to get involved in.
Yeah. No, but shout out to the individual that's working on this project. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's all love. Thank you for showing me the ropes and definitely showing me what not to do.
Word. So we just want to keep that under wraps. But like, yeah, whenever it drops, just be soon. Just be on the lookout for that Stephen King project, you know.
Yes.
Screenwriting consulting, you know.
Producer. Yes.
But yeah, so any future projects outside of that? Outside of the cattle farmer, which you served as a producer on?
Yes. There's definitely that. Thankfully, that's like, it's basically there.
Yeah, like, yo, everything is there. Like, the cattle farmer is going up the hill, and it's coming down, and it's doing a snowball effect. It's going, I believe by the end of this year, we should have some kind of deal on the table, which we do, like, you know.
Yeah.
Just keeping things under wraps right now. Contractual agreements and stuff like that. You know, we can't even talk. But shout out to Matt Vincini, who will definitely be back on the show very soon to talk about that movie and the success that he has had since that project.
Absolutely.
Because like, we're winning a lot of awards, man. Like, as you see, man, like, cattle farmer doing this thing, baby.
Yeah. It's all money over here.
Yeah.
Future projects right now, I'm going to be shooting this short film next week, actually, called Couscous, for a woman named Martine Emile, I believe.
Yes, she is currently a student at the Digital Film Academy.
Yes.
Shout out to the Digital Film Academy.
Indeed.
Patrick, I want my 10%. I just gave him a free shout out. I want my 10%, Patrick.
I'm also going to be working on more music. I have just scripts laying around. I'm gonna try to get like a comic book series done if possible. I just keep writing. That's what I spend most of my time doing.
Absolutely.
I just write. You know.
Yeah. So you've always had a very unique style. So explain your style.
All right. It's just been genuinely loud. It's been very loud. Remember, I had the Mario hat. I had the my thing is just hats.
Yeah, hats.
Hats. I have some loud sweaters, obviously, but it's just been loud. Whether it be something 80s like, if it's like it's Outrun. Outrun is that style, inspired from 80s videotape looks.
Yeah.
Whether it be Coogee looking like Biggie on that the cover, it was Vibe magazine, I think.
I believe it was Vibe.
Yeah.
I was still young, so don't quote me on that.
It's just loud, or I'll just get something that's some form of metal and very hard hitting.
Almost like cyberpunk, sort of, kind of like.
Yes.
And that's cool too. Like cyberpunk is always going to be in, like, you know.
Absolutely.
As we go on with the times and stuff like that, and journey on into the future. So.
Thankfully.
Tech and clothes are gonna mesh into one. So, like, you know, charge your phone in your jacket. Like, you actually do that now. Actually, like, there are certain jackets that come with like these chargers.
Oh yeah, I remember they had the hoodie.
Yeah, like like you could charge your phone with your jacket. So, like, that cyberpunk style is definitely coming about right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, what rules do you live by? What rules does LongMa live by in his journey as an artist? Like, how do you stay true to yourself?
Really, it's just be as honest with yourself psychologically. If like you're feeling some type of way, let that come out. You don't have to be destructive and like go on a heroin binge or smash up a room, but like be honest with how you feel. Don't create things for the purpose of trying to persuade people to do favors for yourself. Like, make sure that it's from an honest place and that you really genuinely want to touch people artistically.
Yeah.
And, you know, just communication. Communication is key.
Absolutely. Communication is definitely key.
A lot of people spend their time assuming things and they're not sure of what's going on, and when things don't happen, everyone's pointing fingers around the room. You don't need to spend that time doing that. You know? So it's just communication, honest work, and just preparation, you know?
Well, so I don't know if we could talk about this or not, but like, you became a prince, or like, how does that work? Like, yo, bro, this dude is everything. Yo, this dude is an artist, a poet, a prince. Yo, explain.
All right, so I just went to Africa for the very first time in January. I was there for this voodoo festival in Benin. Benin's in West Africa. And my mother, she was being crowned as the queen mother of a particular group called it's Dada Hanon Onu II. He has his own little kingdom, and she just got crowned in, and it's just by technical default, I'm a prince. He already has, I think, 4 kids. He has like 4 kids. I hung out with one most of the time. Actually, no, I hung out with the youngest son. His daughter was cool with me. I let her husband crash in my room. And he has 2 older sons that are in their 40s and 50s. But again, by technical default, I have become a prince.
That's lit, bro. I'll be walking around this bitch like Prince Hakeem right now. She's your queen to me. I'll be super lit right now. So, like, what is her task at hand? Because I know every queen has a task. So what's her task? Like, you know, like, is she there just to, like, supervise, like, explain your mom's job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that people are interested in wanting to know what's her duties as queen.
Ultimately, it's to bridge the Western ideas with voodoo ones, because Hollywood has really made a taboo out of what voodoo is.
Oh, tell me about it. They've made debauchery of everything, man. Black love, everything. Like,
absolutely.
Because I'm tired of seeing slave films. I'm tired of seeing black stories of love where, like, we have to be on the run. Somebody has to get shot and we're on the run. Like, why can't we just fall in love like every other race does? Like, and just be happily ever after. But no, DeAndre has to go on a date, shoot the white cop, and then him and his shorty is now on the run. Woo! Oh, wow, now they hiding out. Now they got to shave their head. Like, come on, bro. Now, if that's black love, I don't want it.
Is that Queen and Slim?
I mean, that's not a shout out at Queen and Slim neither. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, I'm just tired of all the stereotypes that come along with being black in Hollywood. Like, it's crazy.
True. That's very true.
I'm like, yo, bro, like, whatever happened to us, I like you, you like me, the end. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
No, not the end. I like you, you like me, 85 pages, the end. Like, you know? But, nah, bro, we always got to do some ghetto shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm tired of it. Like, we are more than that. Way more than that.
Absolutely.
We are film executives like myself.
We are artists like myself.
And princes. Shit, like, shit is crazy. My son is a prince. Yo, like, do you know how much advantage I would take it at my Capri Sun, please?
Yo, I only had, like, one moment like that.
Oh.
I got to drink Coca-Cola out of a bowl with a big chunk of ice, and I was just out in the shade, like, this is what life is all about.
Well, this is something I could get used to. Yes. Nice, but, like, yo, shout out to your moms, and I would love to have her on the show, actually, to furthermore go into the details about her task at hand over there in that country and what her task is to bridge the two worlds, because it's two worlds so that she's bridging together.
Absolutely.
Yo, man, so this has been pretty dope, man. Like, the people have figured out who LongMa is. For the longest of time, I was trying to figure it out. I was just like, why is this guy dressed like a Street Fighter character all the time? Like, I'm like, but he turned out to be a very good friend of mine. 5 years in the game, like, you know.
Yeah.
And guys, like and share and comment if I should give him his job back. Like, you know what I mean? I actually feel kind of bad, bro. Like, you know, like, should I bring him back into the Ultimate Class family? Like, you know, yo, in the comments, yes or no, and no hate, you know what I mean? Just yes or no, man. Like,
it's all love.
Yo, it's all love, man. Like, you know, like, we definitely work on projects, as you can see.
Yeah.
If you look on a poster online, if you've seen the trailer, you'll definitely see his name in the credits on the cattle farmer. So he's not, like, completely fired. He has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't do him dirty like that. So, like, you know, I'm definitely a fair guy.
Thank you.
I'm a fair CEO, man. I'm a fair CEO. I try my best to appease and do right by everybody. LongMa, where can the people find you on social media?
On Instagram, I'm _Marshall. That's spelled Marshall like martial arts. Madness with 1 D and another underscore. I'm on SoundCloud as Mars, I believe, M-A-R-Z. You can find me on YouTube, M-A-R-Z and LongMa. On Facebook, I also am LongMa, and there's 2 Chinese characters next to it that translate to metal horse. That's a Chinese astrology thing for why I added that there. And yeah, I also am Lil Water on Tumblr. If you're still using that, I know a lot of people left.
You know, like, Tumblr was lit back in the day. Tumblr had all the shorties, bro. Tumblr was fire, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to bring Tumblr back, yo. Comment if I should bring back Tumblr or just hop back on there and get crazy with all the photos and stuff like that. And you guys know where to find me. I am Titus Peoples on Instagram. I am Titus Peoples on Facebook. Titus Peoples on all social media platforms. Follow that Whendiscussionstrikes page. And please like and subscribe to the YouTube Ultimate Class TV. And we got merch. So, like, you can definitely go on the site, that's in my Instagram bio, and buy the shirts, buy the hoodies. It's about to get lit again. Spring is right around the corner. Get you some Ultimate Class merch. You might see some LongMa merch up there.
You should,
like I said, he has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He's not completely fired.
Guys, if you need LongMa merch, please talk to him about it, and we'll talk about it if there's enough love.
There's always going to be enough love. Like I said, you're a good friend of mine.
I appreciate that. But make sure you show more love to the cattle farmer.
Yes,
first.
Please watch that trailer. Share the trailer. It's going to be a big movie. Shout out to Matt Ben Seating. And on that note, that's our show. I'm Titus Peoples, and this has been Whendiscussionstrikes. This is LongMa. Until next time, people.
Hasta la pasta.
Peace. Hasta la pasta. What?